Welcome back to Movies Recapped. Today I will show you a drama and heist film from 2008, titled 21. Warning. Spoilers ahead. Watch out and enjoy.
Can't do this.
The film opens on a close-up view of a blackjack table. Over it, the viewer hears a man's voice talking about the phrase winner winner chicken dinner,
Winner, winner, chicken dinner.
and how it had been running through his head all evening while sitting at the table. He goes on to say that what he was doing at the casino wasn't strictly against the law. Frowned upon? Absolutely. But not illegal. The man also says that what he's doing is something that not everyone is able to do, just those that are highly intelligent. That seemingly blessed intelligence, though, is what got him started into this trouble. What is it that this young man is doing? Counting cards. He was counting cards and winning hundreds of thousands of dollars. It wasn't just this skill that helped him win, his team had several hand signals they used to communicate as well. Flash back to before this all began, and the viewer is introduced to Ben, a young man who is a mathematics student at MIT and who has been accepted to attend Harvard Medical School. During an interview for the prestigious and full-coverage Robinson Scholarship, he admits that all he has ever wanted is to be a part of this program. The only thing preventing him from following this dream is the expensive price tag. Although his resume is impressive, the director tells him that every single person has a resume with matching qualifications. The scholarship will be awarded to someone with more than just an impressive academic track record, it will go to whoever dazzles him the most. If he wants a chance to win this scholarship, he needs to write one absolutely killer personal essay. Back at MIT, Ben stumbles into his job, running late. The manager scolds him, but also promotes him and gives him a raise. Ben will now be making a whole $8 an hour.
$8 an hour sound.
$8?
It's
Wow.
progress, but not a great way to pay for the $300,000 that Harvard will cost him. Despite this raise, Ben is clearly preoccupied with worrying about getting the Robinson Scholarship. Miles, Ben's friend and co-worker, asks him about this. Ben says that there's no way he can write a dazzle-worthy essay because he hasn't done anything remotely close to really dazzling anyone. He sacrificed so much since he was 16 to just be accepted into the medical program, and now he is feeling that all of that was worthless if he can't afford to attend. Later that evening, Ben's friends and mom take him out to celebrate his birthday. There, the young men discuss the robotics project they've been working on, and Miles shows them that he cracked a part of it they had been struggling with. They say that they must win the competition because of how little else they have. If they can't have anything else, they can have this, a thing they have poured their blood, sweat, and tears into. As they are leaving the restaurant, Ben's mom tells him that his dad would be so proud of him. She asks if he remembers anything about him, and he says not really. All he really remembers is maybe watching him shave. She gives some slightly unwanted motherly advice and tells him that he needs to start taking some time for himself. Between school, work, and all his extracurriculars, she's worried that he'll burn himself out at just 21 years old. She jokes and tells him not to come home before 3 so that he can go have some fun. In class, Ben's professor, Mickey Rosa, is impressed with his knowledge and quick thinking in class. He sees that Ben scored a 97% on the last test and takes note. While studying in the library, Ben is approached by another student in the nonlinear equations class and told to follow him. Ben does, and is led to a room with Rosa, several other students, and a card table. When he asks why he is there, Rosa says that it's because of his intelligence. Ben was able to find a more efficient method to find true zero than Isaac Newton, and that is worth being celebrated.
True zero than Isaac Newton, and that, my friend, is not so much of a problem.
He is invited to join the school's blackjack team, which is made up of his fellow students Troy, Fisher, Jill, and Kiana. By counting cards, using statistics, and feeding each other discrete signals, the group is able to win lots of money in Las Vegas. At first, Ben is hesitant. After all, he has his recent promotion at work and the science competition to keep in mind. He turns them down and goes to leave. Mickey intercepts him and asks that the conversation they had be kept private, and then closes the door and closes Ben out. Later on at his job, Ben is stuck thinking about the monotony of retail work and how not challenging it is. Just as he is finishing helping a customer, Jill, who he has always had a crush on, walks into the store. He tries to avoid her but can't when she asks for his help with a product. Of course, that was just an excuse so that she could speak with him one-on-one about joining the blackjack team. He can't help but think about how professionally playing blackjack would be anything but monotonous and non-challenging. Still though, he turns down the offer again, and she tells him that if he ever changes his mind, he is more than welcome to join them. At the blackjack club, Mickey is running a counting exercise that no one seems to be able to follow properly. From the door, Ben is able to tell the group the proper count and is invited inside. From there, Ben is shown learning how to quickly count and how to speak in their secret code. Each number is represented with a word, so that they can covertly discuss the hands without getting caught by casino security. During classes he is reading about ways to win at blackjack. He is no longer studying advanced mathematics, and is back to studying the basics. The group teaches him their group strategies and ways out of a bind. Ben tells Mickey that he's only going to participate as long as it takes him to get close to his medical school expenses, and after that, he's out of the game. The film then cuts to a scene where a Las Vegas security guard is beating someone up for card counting. He's told that that type of behavior is for Atlantic City, not Vegas. The man is let go after one last time of being told to stop counting. Before they take him to Vegas, the blackjack team participates in a trial run hosted in the back of a restaurant in Boston. He is overwhelmed at first by all the action around him, but does go on to win several hands. Then, he is grabbed, blindfolded, and taken to a private room. There he is aggressively asked what the count is. When he answers correctly, the bag over his head is removed and he sees his team smiling back at him, ready to officially welcome him aboard. Mickey tells him that, even though he's brand new to all of this, he's to be the new big player and to get some rest, because he leaves for Las Vegas in the morning. When Ben says he has a big paper due on Tuesday, Mickey tells him that he spoke with the professor, and because Ben is working on a special assignment for him, the professor has already given him an A. At the airport, Ben is forced into smuggling their cash through security on his body. He is obviously nervous, but the TSA does not stop him, even though he nearly forges his bag at the checkpoint.
Got your bag.
In their hotel, the team is given their temporary identities and Ben asks why go through the trouble of creating these characters if counting cards is legal. Mickey explains that in addition to the fake names, they all wear disguises. He says it keeps the dealers off their backs and shows them that the group is old enough to gamble, and that it allows them to all be different people in different casinos while on the same trip. He says that in order to please the eyes in the sky, aka, the security cameras, he should at nearly all times have a drink in his hand, and that drink should be non-alcoholic. Thought that should not stop him from pretending to be tipsy. Very importantly, the team does not know each other. Interacting with each other in any way other than their hand signals and code could alert security and pit bosses that they are, in fact, a group that is there together. When Ben asks why Mickey doesn't play, Mickey says that he used to and that he retired while on top. During his first weekend in Vegas, Ben earns more money than Fisher, the other big player on the team, and admits that he did have a lot of fun playing. Behind the scenes at the casino, the viewer learns that the casino's hired muscle men are slowly being replaced by a new biometric technology that runs on facial recognition software. It is more effective than human eyes at detecting faces, making it a better option to spot cheaters. When the team gets home from the weekend, Ben's mom hands him a check that she says she has been saving for years. It is worth $68,000, but Ben tells her that he can't accept the check. He lies to her and tells her that he won the Robinson Scholarship, thus ensuring that he can't quit the card counting until he has all $300,000. He stores the cash he earns in Las Vegas in the ceiling above his bed in his dorm room. Over the course of several weekends, Ben is able to put away over $100,000. He grows accustomed to living this sort of double life. During the week in Boston, he is just Ben, but on the weekends in Vegas, he could be anyone. While his monetary success brings him some amount of happiness, he still can't get over the crush that he has on Jill. After a night out at a bar, he tries to kiss her, but she rejects his advances. She says they shouldn't since they're on a team and working together. But, because of their time in Vegas, the two grow closer and do end up entering into a relationship.
More fun than I could possibly imagine.
With his increased success, though, Cole Williams, the head of security at the casinos, begins to take notice of Ben. Because he doesn't play alone, the pit bosses can't tell if Ben is counting, or just one very lucky kid. Either way, he is now on Cole's radar. Ben's success also brings out a jealous side to Fisher, who, until Ben joined the group, was the highest roller and best player on the team. While in Vegas, he tries to shake Ben's nerves while they're playing to get him to mess up. This results in the two fighting at a bar and Mickey sending Fisher home and kicking him off the team. This causes a scene that results in the casino needing to change out their chips. The group has just a few hours to cash in their chips or be out $200,000. Ben has the idea to use strippers to cash the chips for them so that their faces don't show up on the cameras. The team gives a group of dancers their chips and it just looks like the women are trading in chips for their tips. Fisher isn't the only person getting rubbed the wrong way by Ben. His old friends are concerned with his recent behavior. He quit his job without telling them, leading them to question him about how he'll pay for Harvard. He has also been dropping his duties in the robotics competition that the three are in, which divides the once close group even more. This leads to his friends asking him to step back from the project. His recent mess-ups have cost them time that they just don't have before the competition. The fight with his friends leads to Ben being distracted during their next trip to Vegas. He misses signals to walk away from a table and ends up losing $200,000.
I'm out 200 grand, but Ben's sorry.
Mickey is, understandably, furious at this. He quits the team and demands that Ben repay all of the money Ben lost. The four students decide to keep playing even without Mickey's guidance. As it turns out, Mickey did one last thing before leaving Las Vegas. He tipped off Cole about the group. Ben is approached by Cole and his security team while at a table and taken to a secure location.
Called biometrics.
There, security tells Ben about the new biometric system that casinos are switching to, saying it'll probably put them out of business but that no system can rough up a card counter like they can. Cole beats Ben up and tells him to not come back. He also tells Ben all about his personal history with Mickey. As it turns out, Mickey was once a successful card counter himself, so successful that he won over $1 million in a single night. It just so happens that that was the one night Cole was away at his father's funeral. Because they lost so much money to a known card counter, the casino fired Cole. When he returns to Boston, Ben discovers that he is ineligible to graduate. Per Mickey's influence, one of Ben's classes is marked as incomplete by an associate of Mickey's. This is the same class that Ben was concerned about during his first trip to Las Vegas. Mickey arranged for Ben to earn a passing grade without having to do work or show up to class at all. This deal, of course, went out the window as soon as Ben lost so much money. Ben also discovers that all of his winnings have been stolen from his room. Suspecting Mickey of the theft, Ben confronts him in class by comparing him to a mathematician that stole his students' work. Mickey all but agrees and says that without proof, it may as well have not happened at all. He implies that if the two mathematicians had gotten over their dispute, the two could have gone on to do great things. Implying that Mickey would work with Ben again if only Ben would try to make things right. At the robotics competition, Ben's friends win the big prize. They look out into the crowd to see that Ben showed up to support them. Afterwards, he tells them everything that happened and apologizes for how he treated them. His friends forgive him, and agree they probably would have made the same decision to blow off the competition for something like that. At a gala, Ben approaches Mickey and tells him he wants back in. After Ben tells Mickey about the new facial recognition software, the two agree that there isn't much time left for them to be able to ever perform in Vegas again. After some persuading, Mickey agrees to one last big go. With new disguises to fool security, the team returns to Planet Hollywood. They rack up a winning total of $640,000 before they're noticed by Cole. The group flees the casino and Mickey runs off with a bag of chips. He jumps into a limousine, and it is then that he realizes he's been tricked. The chips are fake, and the limo he got into is being driven by casino security. As it turns out, Ben made a deal with Cole during their last encounter. If Ben brings Mickey to Las Vegas as a player so that he can be caught, Ben will be allowed to keep his winnings. After his team takes Mickey into custody, Cole tells Ben that his MIT situation will be taken care of. He does, however, double-cross Ben, and does not let Ben and Jill leave without handing over the real bag of winnings. Although they lost their big haul, the team was still able to make a lot of money with the help of Ben's friends. It turns out that they are also quite good at counting cards and had been working with Troy and Kiana while security was focused on Ben and Mickey. The film ends by showing Ben telling his story to the Harvard scholarship director. The man is, indeed, dazzled. Make sure to like, subscribe, and turn on notifications so you can watch more videos like this. Thanks for watching.